It's still not straight. This one doesn't look straight. Oh god. No? It might be too late, who knows? Hi, and welcome to this weird corner of the internet that I will inhabit from now on. AKA, welcome to my channel. It's first episode. This is really exciting. I've been marinating the idea for a vlog for a while, and it just paralyzed me because I was so overwhelmed and I wasn't ready for it. And then I had too many ideas, and then I got overwhelmed by that as well. So the first topic of this video is gonna be paralyzing perfectionism, because I feel like I'm very much qualified to talk about that one. Been there, done that my entire life. But since we don't know each other, let me try to introduce myself first. You don't know me, I don't know you. We're total strangers, right? And I don't want to do a standard introduction, because stick around and you'll find out, am I right? I don't like to say, oh, I'm 20, I'm from a rich family and I love going out. I don't want to do that, you know? Let's get straight into the deep stuff. Yeah. So I'm gonna share stories from my life. I like it to be in a stream of consciousness kind of content. I want it to feel casual, I want it to feel lighthearted, I want it to be simple and straight to the point. I want it to be similar to a call that you would have with me as a friend. So if you fancy that kind of thing, stick around. It's gonna be nice, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna ramble a lot to myself, which I already kind of do, but this time on camera. If you enjoy tea, if you enjoy music recommendations, I will try to include that in every single video as well, besides the more serious stuff. So, first things first. As the channel says, we have a cup of tea. Very suitable to the name of the channel. This tea is... What is this? This tea is creme brulee rooibos tea. I saved the last pack for this. So, cheers, buddy. But if you thought that was the only thing, get to know me. I'm not gonna introduce myself, but I'm gonna share this. These cookies I really used to love as a kid, because there was this shop next to school that they used to make them, and they're natural. So, fun fact, I didn't have them since I was probably 12. I'm gonna have them for the first time again, premiere right now, and see if they're actually as good as I remember them. So this is really special, take it as it is. It should go well with the tea. Yeah, more about the tea is, yeah, it's creme brulee, it's kind of rummy, a bit aromatic, a bit vanilla scent, and obviously a bit of milk with it, because what are you doing if you're drinking rooibos tea without milk? I never understood it. Anyway, cookie. Should I dip it? Still as good as ever. Oh yeah, this is proper stuff. Anyway, let's start with the story, shall we? So, nowadays, a realization that I've been having a lot is how much you can get inside your head, especially when it comes to creative work. So let's say you're an artist, right? And obviously you have a certain ego that you develop as an artist, thinking, oh, people are gonna see what I'm making. I need to make really high quality stuff. Everybody's gonna see it. What are they gonna think? I'm doing all this art and I consider myself an artist, but then I'm delivering bullshit. And this is something that I had for the past 3 years, essentially. And I only realized it now. I only realized it recently that I'm struggling with that. But I'm trying to get out of it. Because I very much believe that I didn't have much of an ego as a child. And very much until I entered uni, I didn't have a problem with, oh, what are people gonna think of me? In fact, I was very much the exact opposite of that. Like, I couldn't be any more different than that. I was posting literally everything, like the most embarrassing videos of myself. I couldn't care less. I had a Facebook page with like 500,000 people following it, and I was live streaming, dancing in my room with disco lights on. And yeah, I've just been sitting down nowadays and I've been thinking, what happened with that person? Where did that person go? Like, why am I so self-conscious? Like, I'm not posting anything anymore. And I just feel very tense whenever I'm posting something online that people are gonna see it. They're gonna think, oh, she's been doing film and then she's posting all this casual stuff all the time. She must not be serious. This is at least what I got. And yeah, I'm trying to get it back. So for all the artists out there that feel this complex about themselves, and obviously it's normal to have that, especially when you want to keep improving your craft, is just how the way it goes, right? You start at a certain point, you're never satisfied with it, and that's how you're improving. But it can get too much to the point of not being able to do your craft anymore. And that's sad. And that's tragic in a way, because that's what brings you joy, and you cannot enjoy it anymore. You feel so stressed about it, and you get so much in your head that you cannot do the thing that you're essentially good at. And yes, you are good at it, as much as I hope so. I hope you are good at it. I've been trying to get back to that. And the advice that I could have for all the artists out there who are getting action paralysis and just stopped enjoying the only thing that brings them joy, essentially, because that's what an artist is. You're just a miserable motherfucker who pours all their emotions and bad feelings into something. Isn't that it? I haven't met very many mentally alright artists, let's just say that much. And I'm not coming for you because I'm not very well either. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, you need to allow yourself to be cringe and allow yourself to be different and stand out and just be seen as weird, off-putting, whatever that might be. That's the answer. Because just think about it, you're creative, you're gonna make something that is out of the ordinary, that is not standard. I hope so, because if it's very standard and everybody does it, then you're just somebody doing something. Allow yourself to be quirky and different and stand out, and make peace with yourself that if you're gonna keep experimenting with your craft, you'll always be judged, because you're gonna make new things, you're gonna come up with new stuff, and people are not used to it. People are not ready for it, in very straightforward terms. If you are to do something really unique, and let's be honest, something that probably not many people have done before, and even if they did, it's not gonna be exactly the same way you did it, you're gonna get mixed reactions. And you cannot escape that unless you're generic. From analyzing how I used to be feel confident that you're expressing your true self. And by that I mean accept who you really are within. And only then you will no longer think about what others think about you. You're just like, okay, yeah, this is how I am. I enjoy doing this, this, and that, regardless of what you think. And this is what brings me joy, so I'll keep doing it, whether you like it or not. And that's the secret, to not stagnate as an artist, essentially. Another thing that I feel we get a lot as artists is we refuse to show stuff that is not perfected, in our opinion. So let's speak of practice stuff, experiments, stuff that didn't turn out the way we wanted them to, stuff that is not very polished, stuff that wouldn't be necessarily portfolio worthy. And I'm very heavy on the portfolio part because it's very, very easy to get into this loop of everything that I make must be portfolio worthy. And that is not true. You can make stuff that is not your typical aesthetic, that is not your usual style, they are not confident in, that might objectively suck and still be a good artist. Yeah, it's a difficult topic to really talk about it, but feel free to show even things that are not perfect. And after all, we are not perfect either. So by accepting that you are not perfect and you're a bit cringe and odd and fair enough stupid sometimes, you're gonna feel a lot more confident in showing your work towards others. Because guess what? Whatever you create reflects your personality, reflects how you truly are. Is that how you express your feelings, is how you use your life experiences and mold it into something and put it back into the world. So that's the first thing that I have to say. Whatever you think is embarrassing is not as embarrassing as you think it is. Because most of the time, people barely pay attention to each other. Our close ones barely pay attention to us. You're sitting with each other at the table and they don't remember what you said 5 minutes ago. Imagine a stranger. Is the stranger gonna remember, oh, she posted a sketch 2 months ago that was so unesthetic. It wasn't very girl boss of her. It wasn't very 2013 Tumblr girl mood board of her. That's not gonna happen. Just do stuff for the sake of doing them, not for the sake of constantly delivering high quality material, because that's impossible, that's unachievable, and it will scare the shit out of you. I know it, because I've been there, and I haven't been creating much for the past 3 months out of absolute overwhelm. I just had so many ideas that I got paralyzed by them. I couldn't really figure out where to start. And then because I don't really have access to proper good film equipment at the moment, I also got discouraged to film stuff to begin with. Because I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be high quality, it's not gonna be like this, I don't have the set, I don't have the people, I don't have all that. And guess what it got me? Absolutely nothing but misery. Why? Because I put away something that I really enjoyed doing. And because I postponed it. I postponed any sort of good feeling that I would get from doing it. So I just spent those months feeling absolutely miserable. Like a failure even, because I haven't been making much. Because of my own fault. It's not like I didn't have time. I haven't been doing anything at all. I had all the time, I had ideas, and I just couldn't do them. So please don't be discouraged if the circumstances are not as great as you want them. Don't think, oh, I don't have the right materials, I don't have this and that. Just try to do it with what you have. And try to find ways to work around it, even if it's not gonna end up being to the standard that you want. And I know I'm also very perfectionistic when it comes to my work, obviously, and just my life in general. But I'm starting to realize that beating yourself up so much can end up really bad. So instead of delivering lower quality stuff than usual, you'll just end up not doing anything. You'll just feel worthless unless I'm not performing my best. I am not good. I am not talented. And that's not true. And I feel like it's a really difficult time for artists, also because of the internet and social media, and to constantly be exposed to so much really great, amazing pieces of art and music and videos and everything of that sort. All things media, we're overwhelmed by it. And we just see the highlights. Again, social media is just the highlights of other people's lives. We need to apply that to art as well, to realize that all those people that post all this amazing craft, this is not the only thing that they're doing. There's a lot of failed sketches, a lot of failed edits, stuff that just simply didn't work, even though you tried to make it work. It just, you had an idea in your head, you did it, and then it looked crap. So, yeah, let's try to not compare our art to others as much as we do, to the point of chopping our hands off and giving up on our dream. This deserves another sip. So it seems like I started on one theme and then I kind of went into another. But if I was to summarize everything that I was saying, be okay with looking embarrassing, seeming a bit cringe, a bit weird, a bit off-putting, and don't be shy to share it into the world, because that's our job. That's what brings us joy as artists, is having our art be seen and appreciated. And if we just keep everything to ourselves, it's a bit hurtful, to be honest. Because what really is art if it doesn't have an audience, you know? And I'm not speaking about mass popularity, you don't need to display it anywhere. But it needs to be out there, I think. Because everybody deserves to take up space. Whether as an artist, as a person, as just... Yeah, I think even if you're not the best at your craft yet, even if you're not as good as you would wish, just keep doing it. Don't get discouraged. And try to work with the few resources that you have. If we keep waiting for the perfect moment, guess what? It will never come. So, take care and see you next week.